All right, 5:30 having arrived. Call meeting to order. Recite the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, Mark, you're up. You got bids for us? Or recommendations?
After last Monday night, I called Easton Exteriors and spelled out everything that he put in his bid package. He brought everything over that afternoon. Jan and I met with him. He went over and explained everything that was on the initial bid. We've done some research on him. He gets an A rating for all his work. He spelled it out to us that he had a void in his workload until he starts his $1 million job, school job, in 2 weeks, and that he bid on it very low. He knew exactly what he bid on it because he wanted the job to keep his guys going. Since then, Rick Pelletier has talked to the salesman that he knows that from Carlisle. Easton Exterior is the most high-quality installer of this material, as well as Therian Roofing. So everything we've done is found out that he does an excellent job. He did a job for me back 10 years ago at South Station. So I got to look out for the best interest of the town of Deerfield, and I'm going to award it to Easton Exterior for $31,761. And I also would like to add on $2,812 to put the snow rails and stuff over the gas tanks down to Yanni's to stop it from building up and icing up to the roof.
Heat tape?
No, it's snow rails over the tanks, because we have a real problem with that.
What about heat tape?
Well, I talked to him again yesterday, and he says with this new roofing, we don't need to put the heat tapes on, and he feels that it would hindrance the roof itself the way it's made. So I'm not sure. I think we need to look at it once it's installed and get some experts to look at it to find out if we really do need to put the heat tapes on it. I'd like to, but he recommends we do not.
He's guaranteeing the roof, so.
He's guaranteeing the roof.
Right. Fred?
He's not guaranteed, it's guaranteed through Carlisle.
Carlisle,
And I don't know if they'll allow heat tape.
right, and that's what he said too,
Right.
so.
They don't usually do that.
Mm-hmm.
And Easton's Exterior, they're using the same specs that we've got.
Exact same thing as Therian Roofing
Okay.
and
Is it
Skyline.
10-year warranty,
15,
15?
yes. And as I said, Carlisle is giving them a far as quality work.
Do we want to look at going to a 30-year or 20-year warranty if we're, because I know somebody's bid had it for like $800 or $1,200 to change, to go to a,
Yes, it was, hold on just a minute.
just thinking if we can get,
Am I kidding? Same labor.
Yeah.
15,
This one had
it was-
thickness.
it was added on, Therian Roofing said they was add on, instead of .045, go to a 060 thick enforcement rubber in lieu of .045.
How much?
Therian Roofing said
This
$825.
guy probably be no more than that,
yeah, I would recommend you do that.
definitely.
Okay,
Bump it up to a 60 mil.
okay. And I know if, once I call him tomorrow, that he'll be able to start the job Wednesday or Thursday of this week.
So can I get a motion to award the bid to,
So moved.
Eastern Exterior, subject to adding on the 60 mil liner.
and a
Second.
second?
And the snow slides.
The snow rails
Oh,
for
what
an
else?
additional $2,812.
So we don't know what they're gonna be, so we'll just have enough to cover it anyway, to go to the 60 mil.
Yeah, it'd probably be under $1,000, but we're still saving $25,000.
Mm-hmm.
All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? What's your other recommendation?
That was the only one.
That was the only one?
Yes.
Okay. You have no more?
Nope.
You sure?
I'm positive.
All right. All right, I have an accounts payable manifest in the amount of $792,372.66, of which $719,863 is for the school.
So
That's
moved.
the final payment for
Second.
the school.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, I have a notice of a computer adjustment for Edward Mullen in the amount of $5,000 for map 422, lot 10, located at 23 Courier Road.
I would move that we make the computer adjustment for Mr. Mullen.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? I have a computer adjustment for Francis J. and Virginia M. Hayes, 163 South Road, in the amount of $3,424.41.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Again, Attorney Whitley and his recommendation on Sanssouci as the advisor. Yes, sir.
I guess two thoughts. One, if we're paying the attorney to advise us, and this is what he's advising us, I think it's probably wise to consider. And I would follow up with what I said at last meeting too. I think that this is more in the interest of preserving our tax base than it is opposing the project. Mr. Sanssouci's role is strictly evaluation and how to get the most bang for our buck, irregardless of which way this goes.
In reading his letter too, it appears that, that the 10 grand is gonna be split between all the towns. It wouldn't be just 10 grand for us.
That was not the impression I got originally, or Jan did either, right?
No, I didn't.
But I agree with Andy. I don't see we have much leeway. So if I can get a motion for us to approve and sign the contract.
So moved.
Second?
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Just keep going.
What's that? Yeah, just keep on going down, and there's two places to do it. All right, could I get a motion to have the chairman sign the contract with Gary Anderson Home Improvement for the work on the George B. White?
So moved.
Can I get a second?
Second?
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Need to renew the contract with Cartographics for the map maintenance for the town of Deerfield. for $3,000.
Move that we renew the agreement.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
One quick question, Steve.
Yes, sir.
I know that when we first got the cartographic maps, we looked at them, there was some difference between the Epsom and Deerfield line, particularly in the vicinity of Swamp Road. There's actually a sliver that, when I last looked, still appears to be in dispute, and I wasn't sure. Penny may have a quick response, but I wasn't sure if that had been resolved or not.
There's two places.
I don't think they're getting two tax bills.
I'm sure.
Received a bill from Attorney Whitfield in the amount of $4,535.
Steve?
Yes, sir.
One thing I noticed on there, we had, there was one individual that, not a Board of Selectmen member, not a planning board member, who we were charged by the hour for. Now, I don't know if we want to work out a list of people that are authorized to talk to Mr. Whitley, because I don't necessarily want him taking calls from anybody that calls and,
I think we make it simple. He needs to speak only to the Board of Selectmen.
or the Board of Selectmen's representative, or
Yeah.
have you? And people can certainly come to us, with concerns if they want and ask.
Right. So could I get a motion authorizing the payment of this bill?
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion?
Oh, we just had that.
Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? There was a place. Yeah, look at that.
Thank you.
All right, so I'll just. Jan doesn't want to go down by herself. Understandable. Pass that on if you would. Jerry Coogan is looking to resign at the end of the year.
Yeah, right.
You got planned, Fred?
Well, we're gonna start looking, putting advertisements in, looking for a replacement. One possibility is, and I haven't talked to them yet, is Southern Hampshire Planning, and have them provide that service. We'll have to check with them and see. But obviously, we'd be paying, it wouldn't be a free service.
Obviously. Are we taking any action on that?
No.
Just notification. Thank you. All right, unfinished business? Fred was first.
We had the an additional driveway with regard to Shaughnessy come up at the last meeting. I did call. They were gonna send, DOT was sending somebody out to take a look, and I haven't heard back from them yet. I'm gonna check with them tomorrow to see what the status is on that. And I guess this isn't, I'll wait for new business on this one.
Go ahead.
Oh.
Business.
And the Northern Pass is there's a meeting with the SEC on the 23rd up in Plymouth, and I won't be able to attend, so I don't know if
I may
one
be
of the
able
board
to.
members, you gonna go?
I hadn't necessarily finalized plans to, but I can. If
Oh, okay.
anyone else is gonna be able to.
Okay. Andy, you were next?
Yeah, Jan had totaled up some of the costs for the bathrooms that we had discussed last week, and whether to just let those go or whether to bid them. And when I looked at the amounts, I'm quite comfortable with Mark's recommendation, but it was enough of a figure that I think we probably should use our bid process
Okay.
for that. I'm gonna say it was like $26,000 or something like that, wasn't it, Jan?
Right.
Definitely.
So I think we need to,
May I ask if we can put it just on the website and post it around town and not put it in the newspaper, because that's going to be about $100 or more.
Or more.
yeah, if that meets the letter of the requirement, that's fine with me. But
All right,
I think one thing to remember on that, didn't he say you already had the tile?
he does.
We already have the
So that'll
tile.
have to be noted
mm-hmm.
in the ad.
He said, I'm not uncomfortable with the recommendation he made, but I
Mhm.
just feel that when we get in excess of $20,000, we need to make
Okay.
it known.
Anyone else for any kind of business? Richard?
Last Monday, the 6th, we had our first Safety Services Steering Committee meeting, which went very well. And we're gonna meet monthly in preparation for the October 29th presentation. There'll be a lot more forward. That was just an organizational meeting. And Sunday afternoon, I got an email, which I'm gonna turn over to the chairman, about the tree cutting on Saddleback Mountain Road. The Faulkner family, Randy Wallace and Carolyn Hogue, Wilmer and Sarita Fry, Stephen Hicks, Matt Miller and Terry Cowdray are all very concerned. They met this morning, all those owners, with the tree choppers, and Deerfield PD kept them apart and did the negotiating. So the tree cutting is on hold on that
On
road.
Saddleback Mountain.
Yes.
If you hear anything else, let us know. Fred, you had another thing?
Yeah, another item. As you may know, I work part-time at DES, and I was in there on, I guess it was Thursday, and talking about the dust issue with regard to Rollins, and then had one of the emergency response guys said, oh yeah, I was out to Deerfield just the other day. And I don't know if you knew about this, Jan, or not. They received a call from the real estate broker who was handling the sale of a property that used to belong to Twombly. And the guy from the state said, yeah, we came out and took a look, and we found 10 cubic yards of baby diapers, used baby diapers, were dumped on that property in the back. And so I just figured the board would be interested in hearing that. The bank who owns the property now is going to take care of it, and supposed to be having somebody come in and load it up and haul it away, and it's being handled as a just solid waste, not hazardous at all. So that's fortunate there. But it just, sometime between 2013 and 2014, somebody dumped this 10 yards of baby diapers there.
Lovely.
Yeah.
As long as they don't call us for a dumpster.
That's right.
All right, any other business at all? All right, we don't need a non-public, so citizens' comments? Ms. Katie?
I had asked one of my friends that's a legislator to introduce a bill, House Bill 1144, to say that supervisors would no longer have to advertise their meetings to register people. And the bill passed, both House and Senate, takes effect immediately. And so the only time supervisors will be required to put in legal notices will be the 10-year purge. I don't know why the legislature exempted that one, because on the 10-year purge, we have to send letters to everybody we remove. So obviously it's a double. But as I explained to them, ever since they passed the law that people could register at elections or with the town clerk, we haven't had people come in to register. and it seemed like a waste of money to have to put legal notices in for half-hour meetings. So the legislature passed it, and we won't have to advertise any longer.
Good job.
Anyone else?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you all for coming.
See you in a week.